Welcome to I Have Issues, a comic book show where I talk about comic book related subjects that bug me in some way. Last month we talked about the tropes associated with the Marvel character Iron Fist, and this month we're going to keep that going. This time though, we're going to be talking about his portrayal in those comics. Now, I've only read a few stories where Iron Fist was a prominent character. Those would be Defenders, Power Man, and Iron Fist, and the very brief time I spent reading Iron Fist: The Living Weapon. And each time, Iron Fist acts like a different person. In Defenders, he's a bit cocky, but calmer, and actually has a few good moments, like when he buys the building the night nurse operates out of so she can keep her medical service for superheroes running. In Power Man and Iron Fist, he's an annoying asshole who never shuts up and is just so damn punchable. The kind of character you want to beat with a stick so they just shut the hell up for a few minutes. Finally, there's the Living Weapon comic, which, I'll be honest about, I never finished because I couldn't stand more than a few pages of this crap. I'll keep this focus just on Iron Fist and not the comic as a whole, and in this comic, he acts very serious and brooding all the time. It kind of reminds me of Batman, but nowhere near as likable. It's really the reason I put it down. I don't need to see the poor man's Batman, so why would I bother reading it? Maybe it got better. Maybe it's one of the better Iron Fist books out there. I seriously doubt it, and I don't feel the need to go back and finish it. So why is this all important? People act differently in different situations all the time, so wouldn't Iron Fist showing different sides of himself mean that this character has some depth to it? No, not really. Here's the thing. When it comes to writing characters, you need to have them defined before doing any sort of drastic change. You need to establish a status quo, and once people grow accustomed to that, then you shake it up with major changes. But if the character is acting wildly different from book to book, then you never establish that status quo, you never have a set defined character for the fans to get invested in, and that can hurt a book. Yes, you can argue that each of those books for Iron Fist were written at different times. Living Weapon in 2014, Power Man and Iron Fist in 2016, and Defenders in 2017. But I would argue that this makes it worse. The character changing every year fucks with the idea of a status quo just as much, changing up the character too drastically too quickly for it to really mean anything. And that's a problem. Changes like that need to mean something, not just character changes for the sake of character changes. And if you fail that, you potentially lose readers, which is always bad for a book. I've seen small Iron Fist cameos in books that happened between the ones I've listed here, and he acted differently in those too. Though that's probably due to his role as a minor character. Iron Fist has been around for decades, so the changes could be in response to a desire to freshen up the character. Maybe the writers are unsure how to handle a character like this anymore, and that's why he acts so differently. Each one of them is throwing a version of Iron Fist at the audience and seeing what sticks. Not the best way to write a book, but at this point I'm not sure what they could do to make people interested in Iron Fist again. So the character was created through a racist trope, and he has no set character between the various books he's appeared in. The comic book version of Iron Fist is a mess at this point, but what about certain other versions of the character? One that most people seem to universally hate. Well, we'll talk about that next time, when we take a look at the Netflix original series, Iron Fist. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have yourselves a fantastic day, and I will see you all next time.